Please, can we all see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes, you can see my screen. Okay, absolutely fine. So this is travel information session brought to you by TripLog. TripLog is a subsidiary company of the Aviation Logistics Management Group, and we are basically into anything that has to do with aviation services, visa processing, ticket issuance. We are actually the GSA for Virgin Atlantic and South African Airlines, which means that we have very good deals on those airlines. So if you can see my screen, then let us shoot. Now, so I once came across this book titled Leadership Dubai Style. Every one of us know Dubai. There's there's a trickle of good news in the air that most likely Dubai is beginning to open up to us. It's just coming up anyways, but at least it's some level of good news, you know. And according to from what we know about Dubai, Dubai used to be a place, it used to be a desert. And over the years, like in half a century, this city has been transformed from what we used to know it to be into what it is now, a global hub, a place where everybody wants to go to, everyone wants to visit, and that is Dubai. So leadership Dubai style. And there is something that is profound in this book. It was written by Dr. Tomi Ware. Uh, there is a statement that is attributed to the ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Now, this is a man of vision. This is a visionary leader. In fact, we cannot talk about the transformation of Dubai without talking about Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. And he has a very popular saying, which was extracted from that book. So the Sheikh said that every morning in Africa, when the gazelle wakes up, it knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. And every morning a lion wakes up, it knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. And he said it does not matter whether you're a lion or you're a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. When you hear running, it creates a sense of urgency, something that needs to be done, something that is time bound. So in the case of the African jungle, if the gazelle does not run faster than the lion, then the gazelle is going to be killed. And if the lion does not run faster than the gazelle, the lion is going to go hungry. Now, this is telling you that for every decision that we make, there is always a consequence. All right. It might be something that you control or you can't control, but whatever the decision, there are consequences. Take a look at Nigeria. We are a product of where we are coming from. Our decisions have brought us to where we are. Compare it to a place like Dubai. Their decisions have brought them to where they are. So there are consequences. But the truth is, you must be running. So when it comes to visa processing, visa application, you have to be up to date. You must be continuously moving, continuously improving. And these are the same. It says the biggest obstacle you can ever have to overcome is your mind. If you can overcome that, then you can overcome anything. So if you can overcome your mind, if you can develop your mind, if you can control your mind, then there is absolutely nothing that you cannot do. So it is the biggest obstacle that you will ever have to overcome, and that is your mind. Are you with me, somebody? And your life today is a result of the series of decisions that you have made that have caused you to arrive where you are. This is by Chris. So whatever it is you are doing today, whether you're a doctor, you're a travel agent, you're a father, you're a mother, it is all consequences of a particular decision that you have taken at a certain point in our lives. So your life today is a result of a series of decisions that you have taken. It's a result of a series of decisions that you have taken. And today is going to be another opportunity for us to make some decisions, all right? And those decisions are going to determine tomorrow. So the actions of today are actually what will propel the results of tomorrow. So we need to take very keen interest in what we do today as to the results that we're going to get tomorrow. Now, I don't know how many of us know R. Buckminster Fuller. This man is called the father of invention, a sound man, a very sound man. And he said something. He said that our power is in our ability to decide. That is our power, what we trust on, what we believe on. Our strength is in our ability to decide. So if I decide today and say, I am done with Nigeria, I am going to Toronto, it is in my ability to decide. If I say I don't want to live in abject poverty again, I want to start living in wealth, it is my ability to decide. Even God that created us gave man option. He said, I present to you good and bad, heaven and hell. Choose one. So the strength of a man and the ability of a man is in our ability and our capacity to make decisions. And today is another day for us to make such decisions. Now, bringing it down into the travel industry, there are so many beautiful places that we can visit in the world. If you are seeing my screen, you will see the Opera House in Sydney, Australia. You see the Taj Mahal in India. You see Burj Khalifa in Dubai. You see the London Bridge in England. All these places are beautiful places. The picture that you can see to my top left, that one is just a beautiful, I don't even know the place. It's just an island. What am I saying? The world is an extremely beautiful place. There are countries that have gone ahead of Nigeria. There are places that have gone that we need to visit. Have you not thought about it? That it's going to be an absolute thing for us to die one day and go to heaven. And God says, how did you live your life? And you say, I was brought up in Ikeja. I grew up in Ikeja. I went to Ikeja secondary school. I studied in LASU. I got a job in Ikeja and died in Ikeja. That sounds like a wasted life. Because the world is a beautiful place. There are some extreme desert areas. There are cold areas. Just take a look at the picture that is in front of you. Look at Taj Mahal, the architectural work, finished work. Beautiful places that we need to visit. Even if it is for us to see these things and appreciate the work of God, it is enough reason for us to take steps, for us to travel. So my objective today is to show you how you can achieve set travel goals. Set travel goals, meaning that for you to travel, you must have goals. You must have plans. You must have set something. All right. And how do you achieve them is part of what I'll be talking about today. Then understanding visa documentation. So you know that for you to enter any place or any country, there has to be visa approved. Now, for this visa to be approved, you need to tender some documents. So how do you go about this documentation? What are the consulars looking for? Then understanding visa decision-making process. So if I apply for my visa, how is the decision made? What are they going to look into before they say, okay, you are giving or you are not giving? How are these travel decisions, how are they made? Is also very key. All right. Then you also, in this training, I will also show you how you can make money from the travel business. I will introduce you to that. The travel business is an industry that Yoruba will say, is wide, is huge. People buy based on trust. So you can also make money from this industry. So how far have you traveled? Let me ask you, how far have you traveled? The world today consists of over 195 countries, over 6,500 spoken languages, over 3,000 tribes live in Africa, and over 7,000 tribes live in the United States alone. So there is so much that you can learn from the outside world. Therefore, it is a must for you to travel. I'm such a passionate advocate of travel because I know that travel has the capacity to transform lives. And I'm going to show you all of that in a little bit. Life is too short for you to wait. Take your passport, get your friend, and get to the airport. Life is absolutely too short for you to wait. What are you waiting for? Some people have procrastinated to the extent that their name is now procrastination. We've noticed something that a lot of people have this desire to travel. They want to, but they don't want to take the step. And it's only doers that get results. It's not thinkers. Doers get results. So get your passport today. And I hope that your international passport has not been used as ID card for 5 years. Some people have renewed their passport 3 times and they've not gone to Seme. They've not crossed the border. So when we talk about travel, what is this travel? By my definition, I say travel is a way of life and a sure way for you to acquire knowledge. Travel is one of the fastest way for you to know something, for you to acquire knowledge. And as the saying goes, that knowledge is power. Therefore, it means that we can say that travel can be equated to power. can be equated to knowledge. So if travel gives you knowledge and knowledge improves your value can then translate into income. So I can say that travel is equals to income. That is simple mathematics. I hope I did not confuse you. Travel is equals to income. Travel gives you peace of mind. It gives you status in the community. You need to travel to fulfill your destined potential. Now, there are going to be some of us that we need to go extra mile to achieve these travel dreams so that we can fulfill our potential, what you are supposed to be. A lot of industries and a lot of job descriptions that we have or that we do these days, they are undervalued by the territory that we are in, say Nigeria now. So if the minimum wage in US is $10 per hour, and a cleaner in Nigeria is earning 30,000, 1,000 naira per day. So that means that $30 is just what the cleaner is getting, which is 3 hours of a cleaner in US. So you need to travel to fulfill your destined potentials. Now, let me ask you, is travel achievable? Yes, absolutely. It's very achievable. But it's up to you if you are ready to take the journey. So it's about you now. Remember, I talked about you having the power to make decisions yourself. So it is about you. And I'm going to share you 2 stories of people that have transformed their lives by the virtue of travel. They've been able to pick this travel and translate it into something extremely meaningful. The first person is a man called Jack Ma. A lot of us will know him. Jack Ma is the founder of Alibaba. And most times they call him the father of failure because in his early childhood, Jack Ma failed his primary school examination 2 times. You know, a child that will be brilliant is from small, you will know. When a child begins to fail common entrance, there is problem. Failure of common entrance, not be able to enter government school, there is problem. So apparently everyone looked on him as a failure. He failed 3 times during his middle school examination. When applying for university after his high school, Jack failed the entrance examination 3 times. That's like SS3 exam. Before finally joining a university, he even applied and wrote to Harvard School 10 times, and it was before he was admitted. So how do you keep applying for something 10 times and it got rejected each time? During and after his bachelor's degree, Jack tried and failed to get a job. He couldn't get a job. After spending 3 years into the university, he failed to land a job. So when KFC came to China, 24 people went for interview. Everybody was picked except for Jack Ma, because nobody wanted to have anything to do with him. He was also one of the 5 applicants to a police force. You know, when everything seems down and there's no option, you think, let me join the Nigerian police. So he decided to join the police and was the only one that was rejected out of the 5. They said he was no good. Also, he thought, okay, let me start business. Maybe I can make something out of my life. And he also failed in his 2 initial ventures. But that did not stop him from dreaming bigger. Now, a man that has been characterized by failure all through his life, what now happened? Now, watch this. After finally coming to terms with his rejection, Jack Ma visited US in 1995. That is the turning point for a man known as Jack Ma. He visited the United States in 1995 for a government undertaking project related to building of highways. It was then that Jack Ma was first introduced to the internet. He saw an opportunity. One of the reasons why you should take steps towards your travel is to unlock access to opportunities. A lot of people are Jack Ma today, and what they have in their mind is, let me go there and get a job. Let me go there. No, you don't look for job. You look for opportunities. Opportunities are way bigger than employment. So this man found an opportunity called internet and computers. And they were rare in China then, given the cost associated with them. And when he got on Mosaic browser, the first thing he searched is beer. I feel this man would like beer. And then he started searching for things about China and he didn't get it. Then the Eureka moment came. He said he decided it was time for China and his people to get on the internet. It was that singular act of leaving the shores of his country that transformed his life. And look at one of his sayings. He said, instead of learning from other people's success, learn from their mistakes. Because most of the people who fail, they share common reasons to fail. Whereas success can be attributed to various kinds of reasons. So you only fail for a reason, but you can be successful for several reasons. Presently, this man is worth billions of dollars because he took an initiative to travel. I'm saying this to encourage somebody that you need to take step. It goes beyond wishing. You need to take steps. Another man that has been trending lately is this young man here, Aliko Dangote. We all know him. Aliko Dangote has done what no Nigerian has ever done, or no African has ever done. He has built the largest single chain refinery. It is huge. It is huge. So he had an interview with a BBC correspondent, and they were asking him they asked him different questions. They said, you have made billions of cement, something people have been producing for years. How did you figure it out? And he said what he learned is that the majority of African countries, they imported cement. And the best way he thought would be is to empower Africa to meet his own infrastructural needs. That's the mindset of Aliko Dangote. So they asked him, before we talk too much about your future, what is it like growing up? How did you grow up? Now watch this. He said, I grew up in Kano, Nigeria. After my school, I went to Egypt and finished there. So this man called Aliko Dangote actually studied abroad. There's an element of foreign in him. And we all know Egypt to be cradle of civilization. If you talk about one of the most developed cities in Africa, you will talk about Egypt. In fact, from ancient times, they've been technologically advanced. He said then he moved to Lagos to do business and learned quite a lot of things from his late grandfather, and he started doing business. Fast forward, they asked him, you spent some time in Brazil, another travel point, Brazil. What was it like? He said Brazil was like having a lot of currency challenges then, which we have in Nigeria now, as well as inflation, which we also have. He said, but they were very industrious. They have a lot of industries that have been built by entrepreneurs. And I got to interview quite a lot of them by going around. I went to Brazil to convince myself to move into industrialization. So why didn't Dangote convince himself to move into industrialization in Nigeria? Remember, he said he saw. I saw. He saw. You see, when you travel, one of the key things that needs to happen to you is your ability to see. If you travel, what are you saying? If you're an architect and you've not been to Dubai, you are wrong. When you get to Dubai, what are you saying? You are seeing buildings, architectural masterpieces. If you are into fashion, you've not been to Paris, what are you doing? You need to go there and see the latest updates, global fashion designers, and see what they are doing. When you travel, you see. When you see, I'm not saying just physical saying, I'm saying you begin to gain exceptional insight into what you do. He said he went there to convince himself to move into industrialization. So he was first in Egypt. Secondly, he was in Brazil. And they asked him, what was the most powerful thing you learned there? He said, I went to a company called Arisco. It was my first time seeing more than 600 people working in a single factory. I went there to visit them and see how they started the business. They had begun very small with salt and seasoning. They added garlic into the salt. By the time I was there, Arisco was producing 500 different items, even toothpaste. You could not wake up in the morning without using their products. Remember, he said he went there to convince himself to go into industrialization. So meaning that Dangote was doing his research in Brazil before going into industrialization. Now, he has completely copied the model that he saw in Brazil. Their currency is not stable. They had similar patterns with Nigeria. He just went there and did copy and paste. For some people, all you need to do when you travel is copy and paste, having that eureka moment. And let's talk about this young man. This is the founder of Aviation Logistics Management, Chief John Adebanjo. He's our chairman, and he's also the chairman of American Express, and also a whole lot of other industries, other companies, but from great leadership that we enjoy in this place. And for me, my name is Olusegun. I should have said that earlier. So I'm a travel consultant. Before that, I have my BSc in Physics and Solar Energy and my master's degree in Energy Technology and Management from the prestigious University of Ibadan. I'm married. I have a son. I'm into music. But most importantly, as it applies to this training this morning, I'm an IATA certified travel consultant, and I have an MBA in airline management. So you're in good hands. You're safe. All right. So let's delve into it. So why should you explore the world? Number one, the destinies of people are attached to your success. Now, when Dangote made it, Dangote alone did not make it. In fact, he made it, and a whole lot of families in hundreds of thousands have made it through him. So one of the reasons why you want to make this move is because of people's success that are attached to you. All right. So if my CEO didn't create this business, I won't be working here. Then achieve success for the sake of those that you will bless is also very key. It's not a selfish thing. And I say always that it is important for at least one person in a family to be abroad. It is highly important for at least one person from a family to be abroad. Because when you hear, hey, you have somewhere to go to, and then it becomes easier to have that access, and opportunity to discover the world. What are the other reasons why you should travel? Unlock your true value. If you go to whatever skill you have in Nigeria, you see a lot of tech guys that are running after remote work. And the reason is simple. They're paying them $2,000, which translates to roughly about 2 million naira now, $2,000, $3,000 monthly, which is a whole lot of money compared to maybe 500K that you will get if you're working with a Nigerian company. So exposing yourself and traveling abroad helps you to unlock your true value. Then you discover new cultures and people. New culture and people. What is good for the geese might not be good for the gander. Explaining, traveling around the world opens your eyes. Then you experience systems that work. Ordinarily in Ghana, they have stable electricity. Some of us have not experienced the fact that it's possible to have light because we just don't have light. We just don't have light. Are you with me? Just don't have light. So benefit from exchange rate differential. As at today, is selling for maybe 1,400 and something or 1,005. Pounds is edging to 2,000. So when you have £1, you have 2,000 naira. 10 pounds is 20,000. 100 pounds is about, that'll be maybe like 200,000 or thereabout. That's a lot of money. You can benefit from exchange rate differentials. Then you can access systemic leverage that helps you deliver your life goals faster. Systemic leverage, operating in a system that works. For example, if you look at the mortgage industry in the United States, if you want to buy a house, say your house is $100,000, you can put in $10,000 as your equity. Then you have mortgage bank, they will fund the 90 for you. The documents of the house will be in your name, and you are paying mortgage rather than paying rent. In Nigeria, even ordinary 10,000 naira loan from OPay or PAMPay is difficult to get. So you want to leverage those systems that give you access and acceleration. It's key. So let me ask you, do you think that you need to travel? With all that we've discussed, have I given you enough reason for you to travel? You can drop me a comment section. Let me know that, yes, you are truly with me and that you are listening. And I'm not just talking to skies. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so the question that comes to mind most times is, how do I then achieve my travel dream? Because we can't talk about travel, we can't talk about discovering the world, you can't talk about changing your lives, you can't talk about all of this without talking about how can you now, as a person, how can you now achieve your travel goal, which is very key. The first thing you need to do is for you to be informed. You see, for whatever it is or whatever decision that we want to make, it's quite very important for us to be very informed because information is very key. Look at this. It was Kofi Annan that said that knowledge is power and information is liberating. He said education is the premise to progress in every society and in every family. Education is the premise for success. Education is the premise for success. It is very, very important that you are informed. Having information helps you to take decision on what you want to do. Having the right information helps you to take the right decision on what you want to do. Also, look at, so in information now, I will just run through some things. I understand that we are all at different levels when it comes to this. I'm speaking to some people that are already travel professionals. I'm speaking to some people who do not even know anything about the travel industry. All right. So what is a visa? A visa is a permit that allows the citizen of one country to enter into another. It's very simple. So you want to go to UK, you want to get a visa. You want to go to US, you want to get a visa. So the visa is usually an entry in a passport or a travel document that is made by a government that is indicating that the bearer has been granted access. So visa grants you access. And there are different types of visas, okay? Visa is different from entry or exit stamps. So some will say there are some countries that will tell us that show us a proof of travel history. Some people might go and process a visa and not travel and fill his travel history. No, visa is different. Visa is the permit, while the entry stamp and exit stamp that is issued at the point of entry, noting the date that you entered the country and departed, shows that of a truth you have gone into that country. Do we understand? So, and as Africans or as Nigerians, there are some countries that are visa free. In Africa, we have about 10 countries. In Americas, we have about 7 countries. In Asia, we have about 8 countries. And it is never too late to start your trip around the world. You can start now. Also, the good news is several countries now are starting their e-visa regime, all right? And you can take absolute advantage of that. For e-visas, Australia, Turkey, Dubai, Qatar, Georgia, Kenya, Kuwait, Malaysia, all these countries I've listed here, they have e-visas, meaning that you don't have to visit a consulate physically to do biometric or thumbprinting before you can get a visa approved. Now, the fact that they do e-visa does not talk about the requirement that they need to achieve that e-visa. All right? Different countries still have additional requirements. For example, Turkey will tell you that you should have a valid US, UK, or Schengen visa before you can do their e-visa for Turkey. Else, you go to the embassy. Do you understand that? So this information, they can be true, but then you need to look deeply into them. And if you're applying for any visa, you need to choose the category. Are you going as a visitor? You can go on tourism. You can go on transit. You can go on work permit. You can do a business visa. You can do a study visa. Now, under the visitor visa, it could be family, entertainment, medical, business, student, clergy. You know, you could fit into one. The bottom line is, whatever you are applying for, you should apply for the right type of visa. That is what you needed. It is very, very key. All right? It is very, very key. Now, there are factors that are affecting visa issuance that we should know. So some people will say, I applied for a visa and I'm not being given. Why? Why are they not giving me? One of them can be diplomatic relationship between two countries. For example, Nigeria and the UAE. Emirates has not touched Nigeria in like 3 years now. All right? Nigerians are not being given UAE visas. And that's when you say you want to go to that country. It does not work. It does not work. So if your country and another country are fighting, don't expect the visa to be given. Also, regional coalition of sovereign states. For example, Schengen agreement. So those who have Schengen passport, they can travel to several places within the Schengen place. We have the Argentina, Brazil, Cuba, Uruguay, and Paraguay. Chile, I mean. The APCOP agreement is also a form of agreement coalition between countries. ECOWAS. ECOWAS is the reason why we can travel between Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Ivory Coast, you know, because they are all members of the ECOWAS bloc. And now recently we've seen the BRICS. The BRICS talking about Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So there are different coalitions which make it easy for you to access the visas of this country. Now, actions of citizens of same country can also affect how you will get a visa. For example, if a citizen of Nigeria, there was a time some of our Nigerian brothers were in the UAE and they started fighting. I think it was a cult clash or something. What the UAE did to respond was to block every Nigerian applicant at that point. The question is it all Nigerians that are fighting? No. But because of the actions of some citizens, it's affecting every other person. And the same thing we've seen in UK with the COS thing that is going on now. So people have been sold fake COS and now an embargo has been placed on it. Present world event, what is happening? What is happening? Russia is fighting Ukraine. Is that where you want to go to? It can affect your visa application. Israel is fighting Gaza and you're thinking of doing pilgrimage. You need to be adequately advised. It affects visa. Health-related issues. We've seen Ebola, we've seen coronavirus, but God has been faithful. But this kind of issues too can also affect. It can also affect. Can also affect. Okay, so now, if you want to apply for a visa, what are the basic documents that you're looking for? Remember, I'm telling you about information that regards to travel. What are the basic things that you need? You need international passport. You need to establish your purpose of travel. You need a proof of accommodation. You cannot go somewhere and say you want to sleep on the floor. You need an invitee's document, evidence of the source of income, evidence of your family ties to your home country, passport photograph where needed, evidence of landed property if you have, evidence of tax payment if applicable, evidence of employment, travel history. You can see there are a lot of evidences. The reason why we talk about evidences is simple. For everything that you say to a consular, you must be willing to prove and you must be ready to prove it. All right. So I'm going to US and I want to go and visit my cousin. That your cousin you must have something to show ties with that cousin. So for visa application, everything you say, you must be willing to prove. You must have international passport. Usually they will ask for minimum of 6 months validity. And as far as Nigeria is concerned, once your passport is entering 6 months to expiry, you can always renew it. So they've started online applications in Nigeria. You can leverage on that, or you walk into any Nigerian immigration service. But if you don't have international passport, you have not even started on this thing that we're talking about. You have not started. Then when we talk about purpose of travel, you want to have a strong reason to go. Don't say you want to go and charge phone or just going on holiday. Holiday, you have to be more specific. So it answers the question, what do you intend to go and do where you are going to? What do you intend to go and do abroad? It must be clearly stated. Then purpose must be clear and weighty. Your purpose of travel must be very clear and weighty. And for those who are going for study, your admission letter must be ready. You must have admission letter. For those that are going to US, your I-20 must be there. You must have all of these things taken care of. If you are going on vacation, it's always advisable for you to have your tour bookings. All right? You have your tour bookings so that you have something to show. Then if it's a wedding invitation or a family invitation, it's important for you to also show this invitation and have them ready to show to them. Are you with me, somebody? So you must also show proof of accommodation. I want to go and rest. Yes. Where are you going to stay? If it's a family member that is inviting you, it's appropriate they state in their invitation letter that they will be housing you. Always have your accommodation pre-arranged. You lodge in Hilton, you can make online bookings. Then have genuine hotel bookings. It must be genuine. Don't use fake documents. Have your host name and address handy. Imagine you want to enter at the point of entry, they're asking you, where are you going to? And you say, okay, let me check my notes. Ideally, you're expected to know where you're going to stay. So always sort that ahead of time. And for those of us that have family and friends and everyone there, it's important that you have your invitee send you some documents. They will send you invitation letter. Your invitee will send you account statement. They will send you a mortgage statement as a proof of accommodation if they have. Utility bill as proof of address is key. Passport data page, resident visa page. The only thing that usually creates problem here is the account statement. Because number one, you might think this your friend or your family member is balling in UK and a guy does not have more than £50 and doesn't want you to see it in his account. All right. Or for one reason or the other, maybe they don't want to show you, but there's always a way to get around that. Then for you, I should tell you clearly that the consulate, they are very much interested in you. Like they want to know you. They are the ones they are looking for. They want to know you. Never depend on a single income. And can you fund this trip? Is a major question. So for you to prove this, your employment letter, your statement of account, introduction letter from your place of work, introduction letter from your bank, your tax clearance, life insurance policies, share stocks, bonds, company registration documents, and your work ID. All of this to prove that you are gainfully employed. And then they enjoy family ties. Family ties. Are you married? Do you have children? You let them know, because once they know you have family here, it's easier for you to grant you visa. Marriage certificate, family pictures, family vacation, children birth certificate. Then have the right size of passport as requested by where you're applying to. So if it's US, they will ask you for 600 pixel 2x2. If it's UK, they'll ask you for white background. And all of this you have to also put in place. Then travel history is key. Some people have not gone anywhere before. Even their village, they've not gone to. And all you're thinking and you have in mind is, I want to go abroad. Yes, you want to go abroad. But you start from somewhere. Even the gospel started from Jerusalem to Samaria before going to the uttermost parts of the world. Okay, so it's step by step. Traveler must show that they've had a previous travel experience. You can just show it in the visa. Sticker visas are preferred, but you can always keep them somewhere. Now, if you have visas or anything that is positive on your international passport, always scan it and have e-copy, so that the day when you say, this thing is missing, you won't have to look for it too much. Are you with me? So what are the travel tips that you should put to mind? Early planning. Right now is the time where you start to plan for your summer vacations and summer trip. Early planning is very key. You plan early, because when you plan early, you can get cheaper tickets when you plan early. And then select your destinations carefully. Don't go where you cannot speak their language, because you can just go. If you cross to Benin here, you discover that it's ordinarily difficult to buy ordinary water to drink. Not to talk of you going far away to a place where you don't even understand their language. Select your destination carefully. Stick to your original information. At the point of entry, when they're asking you questions, when you are filling your visa form, if you have told them, I want to go and see brother Akombi, then is Akombi you still want to go and see. Stick to your information. All right? Maintain baggage allowance so that you won't be paying for extra luggages. Airline will always tell you, bring 23 kg by 2, 7 kg for bag. Some people will still call, will they allow 15 kg? They said it's 7 kg. Why are you looking for 15 kg? Have up-to-date destination information. Is it cold? Is it hot where I'm going to? What is the right thing that I need to put on? So for some people that have applied for visas, why are visas refused? One, incomplete documentation. When it comes to visa processing, nobody will call you to give you the second chance. Nobody will call you and say, this thing, no, come again, no, come and explain. Why don't you have it? It doesn't happen in visa processing. So you must make sure that your documents are complete. Lack of reasonable travel purpose. Lack of reasonable travel purpose is also a major thing. I want to go and charge phone. I'm just going. No, you must establish a reason. Presentation of false documents. In everything you do with travel, please don't present false documents. Are you listening to me? In anything or whatever you do, when it comes to travel and visa processing, please and please don't submit fake documents. If you submit fake document for any travel plan, it can be banned. You can be banned for like 10 years. And I have hardly seen anyone that has been banned for 10 years and we still get the visa. It is rare. So why do you want to risk 10 years of opportunities because of one singular decision? Even if you are working with an agency and is promoting and prompting you to do, you should take responsibility, because when you are banned, it is not the agency that will be banned, it is you that will be banned. And you need to take it really, really seriously. So one of the reasons why visas are refused is because of presentation of false documents. False documents. Another thing that causes it to happen is wrong application form. So you went to go and do I2Know. Instead of getting a professional to do your visa for you, you say, I2Know, I know how to do it. Now, you're supposed to go for visit. Now, for family visit, you have gone to go and fill medical form. And you should understand that when it comes to visa processing, there's no second chance. Nobody's going to call you for a second opportunity. And also one of the other reasons is late untimely application. So your event is happening 15th of September. You're applying for your visa on the 1st of September. They will now answer you on the 30th of October and refuse you, stating clearly that what you want to go and do has gone. That is what we call the true definition of afowofa. So your applications should not be late. They must be timely. Now, another reason it can be refused is consular's discretion. Especially when it comes to a place like US, they just look at you and say, we don't like you, or they sense something, maybe you're lying or something, and they refuse you. Consular's discretion. The day you will understand that travel decision does not lie in the hand of any agent or in your hand, it lies ultimately in the hand of the consular. That's the day you begin to have rest and peace of mind. In fact, your expectation will come low. So when you are applying, you are expected that it will be refused. In fact, US immigration law states that everyone that is planning to travel wants to run away except proving otherwise. So you are not proving that you are a good person. You want to prove that I am not a bad person. Did you get that? You want to prove to the consulate and every visa application evaluation that I am not a bad person because you've been presumed to want to run away. And rightly so. Let's talk to ourselves. Rightly so. Rightly so. So on the basis of consular's discretion, these visas can also be refused. Are you with me? So what do you need to do at this point? You need to get professional help. Get professional help. It's like we having slight headache or feeling abdominal pains and not deciding to go to the doctor. I'm hurting myself. The same way, if you want to travel and you're not seeking a professional consultant's advice, then you are hurting yourself. Yes, you can do it on your own. In fact, you can watch YouTube and do it. People do it. But you can't compare someone who has seen possibly 50 refusals with you that have not seen any refusal at all. There's something called experience. And if you're going to get value out of experience, it has to be paid for. So if your travel consultant is saying pay, pay. That is how it works. Get professional help. Ask for help. The only mistake you can make is not asking for help. And when consulars want to make travel decisions, there are 4 things. I'm just going to run through this. There are 4 decision-making pillars. I call them the pillars of travel decision-making. The first thing is travel purpose. You establish what you want to go and do. That's your starting point. The next thing is economic viability. You prove that you have enough source of income to promote or to fund that thing that you want to go and do. Then strong family ties. You prove that you have enough family here that even when you are granted that visa, you have something in mind that you have people you want to come back to. Number 4 is travel history. That I want to go to your place, not for the first time. I have gone somewhere else before and I returned. I did not overstay. So grant me an opportunity to go to this place. Now, on these 4 key things, travel decisions are made. And they are very key that you understand them. So we're going to be breaking this down in depth in our travel masterclass. I'll get to that shortly. So when we talk about travel purpose, we are talking about answering some critical questions. Travel purpose answer critical questions like, why do you want to travel? Why do you want to take this trip? What do you plan to do on your vacation? It has to be detailed. What are you going to do? No one starts a thing without having a plan. What are the major purposes of the trip? How does this trip contribute to your life or your career? So you want to go and study. I want to study because it will add to me. I want to go and visit my family because I've not seen them for a long time and my grandma is sick. Come up with something. How does this trip contribute to your life or career? Then what is the proof of this travel purpose? Like I said earlier, anything you say as regards to travel, you must be willing to prove it. Are you with me? Then the next thing pillar is the economic viability. What do you do for a living? I am a carpenter. I'm a business lead. What do you do for a living? Economic viability. How much do you earn on a monthly basis? What comes to you on a monthly basis? Is your monthly income sufficient enough to cover for your trip? They want to know. So you earn 200,000 every month. Cumulatively, that means in a year you earn 2.4 million and your trip to US wants to cost you 3.5 million. Are you saying you want to borrow from cooperative to cover the cost of this trip? It's not adding up to me. So even if I'm the consular, I won't grant it. So economic viability proves that you have sufficient funds to fund that trip. What do you do for a living? How much do you earn on a monthly basis? Is your monthly income sufficient enough to cover this trip? How many dependents do you have? So my name is Segun. I earn 50,000. I have 16 children. They know that there is nothing left for me. That if I apply for that visa, possibly I want to run away too. What is your total worth? Do you have landed properties? And all of these things, you must be able to show and have proof for it. It's important. It's important. And then the final one is your family ties. When we talk about your family ties, are you married? Do you have family? All right. Do you have loved ones that you share cordial relationship with? Something emotional that attaches you to your own country. Children, it could be your parents as well. Then what proof do you have to show for it? The birth certificate of the children, your marriage certificate to your wife. And if you have fought your wife, and your wife has seized your marriage certificate, I cannot show it. It is on you. It's not on your wife, it's on you. You must be able to show it so that your visa can be successful. All right. And finally, travel history. In fact, travel history was firstly spearheaded by Canadian Embassy. So if you've traveled to US before and you return to Nigeria, no, as you didn't overstay, you didn't do anything. If you're applying for your Canadian visa, they can tell you not to bring your statement of account, because if you've gone somewhere where you had the ability to run away and you didn't run away, yeah, most likely you will behave well. That's like travel history measures your kind of travel DNA and perspective. So if you want to japa, you will have japa since. Have you ever obtained any previous visa or entry permit? Is key. Have you traveled to another country or returned? Have you ever been refused any visa before? All of this will be used to measure your travel history. So it's always advisable to build your travel history from the places that are closer to you, and then you extend and spread out. It is key. It's a major ingredient. Once you have your travel history sorted, every other thing begins to fall in place automatically. Am I making sense to you? And also, you should understand there is something we call the G factor. The G factor, it has been said that there are two things that you need in life. You need God and you need Google. Now, for the G factors, I call it the God factor. That God factor is involved in every decision that we take. God factor. You will see somebody who you expect not to get a visa, get a visa. That's the doings of God. That is beyond my professional experience. There's something we call grace and favor, and it cannot be purchased with money. You see someone who has all the credentials go into a foreign land and is struggling. And you see somebody who has no education at all go into a foreign land and is thriving. It's a mystery. When we go to places, it's like life. All our colleagues that we grew up together, some are doing so well, but if you look behind you, there are still a lot of people who are doing better than. The same way, when people relocate abroad, if somebody comes home and is flashing money, only the credit card, don't follow the person. So God's grace And I need to intensify on that. The God factor is very important when it comes to visa processing. All right. So is visa and travel, is it achievable? Absolutely, yes. It's achievable. It's achievable. And there are 3 levels of sins that you can commit this morning, right now, as you're listening to me. 3 levels of sin. It's a sin for you to apply for visa with fake documents. 3 levels of sin. Number 1 is a sin for you to apply for a visa with fake documents. Those I don't want you. Number 2 is a sin for you not to believe what I'm telling you. So if you are thinking you want to invalidate my first statement of using fake document, is also a sin. That's the second sin. Then number 3 is a sin for you to hear what I've said and not take action. You need to absolutely take action. It's very key. So what are you going to do? You are going to start now. Start right now. Start right now. And the question in most people's mind is, how much is it going to cost? Now the exchange rate has gone up. Let me give you an option. So between 1.5, 1,800,000, 600, 500, 400, 300,000, put in the comment section how much you think is going to cost you. Put in the comment section how much. How much is it going to cost you? How much do you think personally that this trip is going to cost you? You'll be surprised that travel is not as expensive as most people think. You will be surprised. The secret to unlocking destinations is basically documentation. And documentation does not require millions of naira to put together. I'm not saying if you are paying school fees or any other thing. Okay, someone is saying roughly 600,000. Yes, I agree with you. Something around 600,000. You know, let's delve into it. So, how much does it cost to travel? Listen, having the right partners is very key in achieving your travel success. The right partners to help you put your documents together is key. And TripLog.com, you can see I'm wearing my TripLog shirt. TripLog is a perfect partner for you, and I will show you how we can help you achieve these goals just right there in about a minute. Look at this. Someone said that it was Gordon B. Hinckley that said that you can't build a great building on a weak foundation. You cannot build a great building on a weak foundation. If you try it, the building will collapse. And that is the perspective we approach at TripLog when it comes to visa processing. We want to help you build something solid. So we are more interested in laying the solid foundation so that by the time we are done laying the foundation, whatever place you are planning to do or whatever countries or whatever destination you have chosen, you get it right. So you cannot build a great building on a weak foundation. All right. So there are 2 pathways which I present to you this morning. The first one is we teach you to do it yourself. And that's what we call the Visa Masterclass. Now, this is ideal for travel agencies, those who are into the travel business, or you that you want to learn about this travel. Like you want to learn, you want to understand about travel. You want to be able to do it for yourself, or you are thinking of creating a business out of it. The Visa Masterclass is for you. And then if you want us to do it for you, TripLog, you want us to do it for you, then we have the visa profiling. Visa profiling is where we lay foundations. Now, our Visa Masterclass is coming up this month, this February, 29th of February, the last day of February. Is a beautiful day because it's also a leap year. So in these meetings, we'll be talking about several things. The Visa Masterclass. We'll be looking at practical training where we will teach you process of visas, especially how you can do it yourself. Emphasis on yourself. And the classes will cover Visa Masterclass and Relocation Masterclass. You know, how do you relocate? And this training will be a practical class. You'll be requested to come with your laptops because we are not just going to be talking. You know, I've been talking since morning. We won't just be talking. We'll be showing you, you'll be practicalizing, you'll be opening your account. You start applying for your visa. We'll look at live demonstration. And this class is only for maximum of about 10 people that we are looking out for. It's not a big class. It's not a community. Just about 10 people that we are looking for. Now, somebody is saying, this man that is talking about travel says, have you even done it before? Do you have result? Let me show you. Can you see it on my screen? So this is a 6 months UK visa for his first-time applicant. One thing you should understand about UK is they don't really care much about, now this is the masterclass thing, they don't really care much about travel history. If you put your onions well, you can apply to UK for the first time and it will be granted. So we've done UK 6 months visa. This is a 5 years Canadian visa that has been successful, that we processed. All right. This is a 5 years US visa that we did that has been processed. What am I saying? We are not talking jargons here. Olusegun Ogedengbe is not talking jargons. I'm telling you what I know, what has been proven and has yielded results. So if you attend our masterclass, what are the benefits? Real-time visa application practical, I said that earlier. Specialized documentation checklist, I will give it to you. I will give you this checklist. So when you want to travel, you know, okay, A is available, B is available, C is available. What is not available, you know what you want to get. Then you get documentation evaluation. We help you look at your application and then we make suggestions. We look into it together. Form filling guidance whenever your client is ready. We help you do that. Then one-on-one visa counseling sessions. We also do that in our masterclass. We also do that in our masterclass. All right. Now, who should attend? For the visa masterclass is for those who are serious about travel goals, strictly those that are serious. And those that are tired of wasting money on expensive visa packages, so you're collecting 1.5, 2 million from you, that's long gone. You know, the essence of teaching you and showing you so that you won't waste money on such. Then travel agencies that want to add visa packages, you can also come online. Then partners who desire to make more money from visa packages, you should also subscribe to the masterclass. And people who are already willing to relocate, you can do that too. In the visa masterclass, we talked about US visa, Canada visa, UK visa. You've seen results already. Schengen visa overview. We look at that. Then we look at the Canadian relocation program as well. Now, look at what Warren Buffett said. Warren Buffett said, price is what you pay and value is what you get. I am committed to helping you get value. That's what I'm committed to. I am committed to helping you to get what? To get value. And then for those who will be doing the visa profiling is the foundation for a successful visa application. We lay a solid foundation to help you discover the world. Avoid wasting money and being defrauded by fraudulent people. Stop wasting money. Increase your chances of getting your visa and understand the right documents that you need to put in place for your visa application success. And then we'll give you a personalized service when it comes to the visa profiling. For the visa profiling is in 4 stages. You fill some form for us. We'll do evaluation for you, comprehensive one. Then we'll give you a report. Then we'll help you with a document checklist. And then we sit down and we analyze it together. All right? So you know what exactly you need to build. You don't have to be in a hurry. For some people, they will travel in 1 month. For some people, they will travel in 6 months. The whole thing is having that understanding and that clear-cut goal that you want to achieve. So who is ready to process visas? I want you to respond and put yes. I want to know who is ready. Who is ready? I'll be open to questions. Should you have any questions, please note them down. Note them down. Type them down. So who is ready? Now, for the value of the Visa Masterclass the Visa Masterclass is valued at 250,000 naira. That is how much you do it for, 250,000 naira. And the visa profiling costs 100,000. But because you're on this live and you're looking at me, today's price for the Visa Masterclass is 49999.00. When you want to do transfer, do 499.99, approximately 50,000 for the Visa Masterclass, strictly 10 slots that we have that is available. And for the visa profiling is 30,000 naira. If you are serious about it today, make commitment. So for you to reserve your seat for both the Visa Masterclass or the visa profiling that you want to start your visa application immediately is 10,000 naira. This 10,000 creates your slot. The reason is simple. For the masterclass, we are looking for just 20 seats, and for the profiling, just 35 seats. And we don't even have much left. For the masterclass, is 20 seats. For the profiling, 35. So make 10,000 naira deposit. We'll keep your slot for either the visa processing, for the visa masterclass, for us to go in depth into this travel thing, what you can do yourself, or the profiling where we help you lay the foundation about that. So who is powering all of this is the ALML group. I said earlier, TruePlug is one of the babies of Aviation Logistics Management Group, and we are into a lot of things. We are the GSA for Virgin Atlantic and South Africa Airlines. We brought them into this country. We are in the same building. All right, we have the best deals on them. We have the LML security. We call them aviation security. We have transport and protocol services. We have over 70 fleet of cars to respond to your needs. If you need any all of those, we have protocol services. Someone is coming, you need them meet and greet at the airport, to help them move their bags, to help them clear visa on arrival. We do all of that. travels and tours for ticketing. We have shipping agency. We have Oasis Lounge. If you are traveling, we have a business class lounge. Even though you're not flying business class, don't worry, we'll give you access to the business class lounge. And then triplog.com, which is the OTA, which is where I am. So the triplog.com, we are a one platform where you can do all your travel needs. And partnership with us unlocks access to every of the other businesses that I've talked about. And we can help you sell your products. Yes, we do that. We help you sell what you have. If you have an agency, you have a package, we help you sell what you have. And then we help you also make money as well. You know, we help you build your business. Our products are business support, which is critical. Ticket issuance, travel vacations lounge, airport protocol. Then we have our Pay Small that is coming up shortly. So TripLog is on www.triplog.com. You can sign in to become an affiliate or visit that website to check for every of these deals that I've talked about. Let's build your own business. Let's build your business by becoming a partnership with us. Join us, visit our website, and then let's start from there. So if you go there, this is what our website looks like. Triplog.com is very simple and easy to use. You can easily book a ticket at any time. You will see this sign up where you can register your details, and we will sign you up as our affiliate really shortly. Now look at what somebody said. Look at it. Says that hang out with those who have a common future, not a common past. Those that are going somewhere together, you want to see the world together. Those that you share the same travel goals, they are those that you should hang out with. Don't just hang out with anybody. So let me ask you, what is stopping you from taking steps? So 10,000 naira will register you, and then we get started right immediately. The difference between, for you to become a star, you need to start. And if you look at it, the difference between start and start is T. T stands for time, meaning you don't have time. Time is the commodity that everybody has equally, and we are wasting it relatively. So time is a factor that you don't have. Someone said that anything worth doing well is worth doing right. Anything worth doing right is worth doing well. No. Anything worth doing at all is worth doing well. But I say no. Anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing fast. If you know you are going to do it, then why not do it now and do it fast? And a dream not acted upon is not better than a dream never dreamt. If you're not going to act on the desire, then why have it in your mind? So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the conclusion of my presentation. And I say a very big thank you to you. And let us start your journey. Let us start your journey. So, for those of you who are going to be making your 10,000 naira deposit for us to get started, this is the account number that you can see right on your screen. And I'm very much open to questions. So let's have your questions, everybody. Let me have your questions. I'm going to show you, I will play you a video shortly. Just shortly, stay with me, about a video about those who attended our last masterclass. I'll show you that. Give me a moment. Okay, so I have a question here that which nearby countries or affordable can you wish to build travel history? Okay, so for travel history, you could look at West African countries since they are visa free. I mean, if you look at Ghana, Ghana is a good place, it's visa free, and you can look at places that it's easier that is easier for you to get a visa. For example, if you look at Tanzania, if you look at Kenya, you can easily get their visa. You know that you don't have to struggle with those visas. It's easy to get. You can look at Tanzania, you can look at Kenya, you can go to Zanzibar. Those places are quite, you can get easy visa to those places. Okay. Someone is asking that okay, someone said is there a physical? Yes, please note that the master class is a physical class. The master class is not an online class. So if you're coming for the master class, it's physical because we're going to sit down on a round table. We're going to look at systems. We're going to, it's practical. It's not talk. It's not talk. It's the master class is practical. So it's physical class. Okay, so if you want to register for both classes, it's absolutely good. You have the account number, you send a DM, we'll reach out to you. Okay, let me call my you have so we'll do so for the profiling too. So for the profiling, it starts online. You fill the form online, but by the time we give you an evaluation, eventually you have to still come. We'll sit down and we'll talk extensively. We'll build the 4 pillars. Remember, I talked about 4 pillars of travel. We'll look at what you want to achieve and then we execute it. Then for the master class, it's a physical class. It's a physical class. Okay, so Anita is saying that can one do both the master class and visa profiling or one? No, you can do both of them. Absolutely you can do both of them. But one thing I can guarantee you is if you come for my masterclass, by the time you are done with the masterclass, you should open your own travel agency because the masterclass also empowers you to make money from the travel business, especially in visa processing. So yes, you can pay for both of them. You can pay for both of them. Okay, so okay, Messi has dropped a number for both classes. Please take note of that number. This has dropped the number. Please, any other questions? Any other questions? I'm still very much available for questions. I'm still much available for questions. Um, on to okay. Please, I'm still here. I'm still here, but I want to try and so I want to play you I want to play you. Let's see. So I want to show you just part of the outcomes of our last So let me play you testimonies from what we had the last time. Oh, they're not seeing my screen. Come in. Don't worry. Sound is not coming. We are sharing screen. You are not sharing sound. It's not sharing video.
to fraternize together. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I just
Do we have it now?
Tell us about the event.
Hello everyone. My name is Adachuko Ezi, representing Catering Travel and Tours. About this event today, the Visa Masterclass 2.0. It's really worth it, actually. We learned a lot. We are going back home to our businesses, refreshed and renewed and ready for 2024. However, after the training, believe you me, I'm going back with another business knowledge. TripLog came prepared for our agents, and I really appreciate this platform. And I pray this 2024 gives us more edge and more benchmark to fraternize together. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I just completed the TripLog Masterclass. This is the concluding part, and it's been amazing. It's been so insightful. And even after today, we got like an extra package, and that we are going back home more enlightened and also have a better approach on how to handle our business. And I'm saying thank you to TripLog. Thank you to Mr. Shaikon. Thank you. Bye.
Good afternoon. My name is Ishe. I'm from Glad Concept. So I'm here today for the concluding part of TripLog Visa Application Class Masterclass, and it's been an exciting journey. I've learned so much. I've learned a lot concerning visa application, and I'm going back with a new knowledge. And we also got like an additional business training, how to scale our business, how to get money out of travel business. So it's really wonderful, and thank you to you to TripLog. Bless.
Good afternoon, my name is Bolanle. I actually came across this training online, so and I registered for the program, and I can say that it has been fantastic training from the one to the last day. So I really enjoyed the training. So I really enjoyed the training. So it was detailed and straight to the point, no bullshit.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so if you have more questions here, I have okay, so for the visas, we do from UK, US, we do Canada, we do Schengen visas. Also we handle Canada relocation programs, the express entry package, we do that as well. Also African countries, we have some tour packages that we do, Mauritius, Zanzibar, we do all of those too. Yeah, so we have a robust portfolio of services that we render, and we'll gladly share that with you after now. Okay, so do I still have? I hope I've not omitted any questions. Please let me copy and put the phone number there so that let me put my phone number there in the chat section. So you can always reach out if you have anything. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an awesome, approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes with you all. Thank you for attending. Okay, so that is my number that has been put in the chat section. That is my number. So you can drop a message. If you have inquiries, kindly drop your message. Thank you so much, everybody. In the absence of any further question, then you can then call this meeting to is per head. Is per head. Okay, so if you pay for the masterclass, can you attend with your team or colleague? So the payment is per person, but we can work discount. We can work discount for you. All right, we'll work discount. If you are bringing in an additional team member, work on discount for your team member. We'll give you discount for your team member. I hope that is fine. Thank you, everybody. Please, there's still one more message. All right. Have a very blessed day, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye.